Morning guys, got another small little job today. We're just going to put some waterproof laminate flooring in this porch just to tidy it up for the clients, just a quick job. They had a tile upstand which we've taken off because we're going to put new 150mm skirting in. We're going to lay the underlay on top of this and then we're just going to lay the laminate flooring on top of that. This is the flooring we've got going in and that's our underlay. Let's get stuck in. Okay, so got the underlay down. This stuff's got a plastic backing to it, so you have to put it with the plastic backing down. It creates then a waterproof membrane under the flooring. We've made sure that it all overlaps properly. This is what I mean by the plastic bit, you can see that. So you make sure that overlaps, and then you'll be just use gaffer tape just to create a seal, a seam all the way around. So we've got our underlay down nice and tight. We're just provisionally laying the floor because as you can see we're touching there and we're running out there and then we're running out there, so we're just going to scribe these two panels in so that we get a nice expansion gap, and then these have to overlap. So our joint is there, as you can see it's not quite lined up yet, this is just provisionally put in place, so we have to overlap it, but it's only overlapped by a quarter, not a half like you would expect them to. So I tried doing it by half and it didn't line up. So the overlap by quarter. So we'll have one that goes there, the offcut will do that end, and the same again, one that goes there, the offcut will go to that end, and then it's just infilling. We're progressing nicely. I'm just going to use my 10mm or 20mm scribing block. It's got numerous sizes, like you've seen these before. It's got 20 up to, it's got 15 up to 10 up to 30, including 25, 30, 20. You know, it's got numerous sizes, so we're just going to use that to, we're going to square our floor up, and then we're just going to pencil line it, just get an idea of what to scribe out to nothing, and then we can slide this floor in with some 10mm spacers, and then we're going to have a nice looking floor then. Now, so, 10mm. That should give us a nice one now. Well, over 10mm on that side, so if we just pivot that way a tad, we should go from 10mm to 10mm then, yeah, pretty much. So I'm just going to scribe that off. Pretty much to nothing. And the same at this end. Take that off, and then when we take those little bits off, something to nothing, it should then slot in there quite nicely. Let's get. Now I'm using this is an upward cutting blade, which should be fine. That's our first one, which is our left hand side. We'll do our second one. That test fit, see how she looks. Better. We've just got a bit more of a better expansion gap now, and we can lock that back in. Our overlap. Make sure it's nice and snug. There we are. So we can now put some packers behind that and just bring that off the wall, allowing for our expansion gap. We've got plenty of expansion there. A bit more that way. Perfect. So now we've got a nice expansion gap all the way around. We can now cut this piece and that piece to length, which is quite straightforward. What we're going to do, that side edge we want to keep because that's got to go in there. So if you put it that way round, like backwards, you put it till it hits the wall, roughly square like so. And all you're going to do, your pencil, you're going to put a mark there, and again another mark there, and then you're just going to join them lines together for your cut. Ready? So I'm just going to use my plunge saw, it's just quicker and easier. I'll set the depth, just going to run it through. I'll cut the bits of wood underneath. That bit, push that a little bit deeper, it's not quite gone all the way through. It's good enough for the cut edge. So now that one, without clip in here, you might need to take a little bit more off. I've got the wrong end. Hold on, I've got the wrong end. That's the end we want. Just get it right first time. Alright, now I'm not sure how this one clips together. It looks like it's an old-fashioned one. So you've got to clip it in and clip it in. So this is going to be one of those floors I'm not going to enjoy. So I've got a bit of a ball ache. There we go. Get in there. Why doesn't it not want to clip in? Pause it, ready. Good. Alright, so this is going to be one of them floors that's just going to be problematic from the start. Okay. So, grab a mallet. It's going to be, I'm glad it's only a small floor. I wouldn't want to do an entire floor of this, a massive area, because it's just going to be a nightmare to clip in. Because you have to lock in that way and lift it all up to lock it in that way. If you're doing a long span, this is going to be a nightmare to fit this stuff. This is very old school style of flooring. Okay, so this is our offcut from that piece. So that bit will now fit over there. So all we're going to do, again it goes that way in, so we're going to flip it over. That's going to be, that will give me my 10mm offcut. So we're just going to put it in here, mark it up, and that's going to sit there. I'll get right in here because it's clinch. That one there, and that one there. Oh, tight spaces, he wants to do them. I need to film me cutting this one now. Right, next piece is going to be in exactly the same line as our first piece. So what you need to do is you put your piece on top, you're lining it up with that edge and buttoning it up with that face edge. All I've done is I've got an offcut, and this offcut is going to help me scribe this in, because we've got to go around here. So I'm going to put that to there like so, and we're going to scribe, that's our scribe line. I'm going to go just past where I want to scribe to, and then I'm going to come in here, a little bit more, just moving my knee on it. So that's going to be our scribe there. Now what I've got to do is put that in there like so. So this wall is on the piss, so I'm going to square that there like so. I'm just going to eyeball that to a mark there, and then I'm going to put that to that edge there, square that up, and I'll do the same here. So square it up. I'm doing it tight because then I can always make it bigger. If you make it exact, you'll end up with more trouble, because if you try and do it allowing for the gap and you make it too big, you're in trouble. So by doing it, trying to get it tight, you can always take the extra piece off that you need to take off. And there we go, just like that. We're going to get that cut out now. turn it off. Okay, so as you can see, we're binding there and we're binding on the other side, which is, like I said, I've done it tight. Now I can just scribe that in a little bit better, and I'm going to get it perfect. If you try and get that right first time every time, some fitters that do this day in, day out will probably say, yeah, you can do that, you shouldn't do it like that, you shouldn't do it like this. But this is how I do it. I like to give myself a fighting chance. So now I know how much I've got to allow for. And you use my pencil, flush to the wall like so, and that'll give me my expansion joint. Simple as that. Just the camera. Okay, and then once you've scribed it a few times, you get your perfect expansion joint. I never try and get it perfect first time. I'd rather go tight and then make it a bit bigger and make it fit perfect, rather than faff about trying to get it perfect first time. Okay guys, so the floor is down as per the pattern, but I've got to say I'm not impressed. There's a lot of manufacturing errors with this flooring, one of which is right there. You see that line? But that is the joint. That's the joint, so that should clip into that. It should be perfect. The other issue is this one here, look. See, that's the joint is there, and look at the big white line going through it. I mean, should look like that, but you see what I mean? These are where they join. So I don't know what's going on with that. They only go in a certain way. You know, they only clip in one direction. So that's a manufacturing fault with the print, and it's not on all of them either. See, they chop and change. Some of them are better than others, so I honestly don't know what's going on there. So you got it there, you got a decent, that's the joint, that's the joint there, that's a joint, that's a joint, perfect, almost perfect line, and that's a joint. So, but if you look at this, look, perfect there, looks nice, no hardly any seam, and then now it drops again. See how it drops again? And it drops out, it's all lined up, it's all clicked in. Very, very poor manufacturing in my opinion. I'm sure some of you guys are going to say, no, you've laid it wrong. It's a click lock laminate. You can't lay it wrong. The pattern is the pattern. It clicks in one way only. So your guess is as good as mine. But I think that's just a very bad print from the manufacturer. The boxes were both the same batch number. So you tell me. But it is what it is. The floor's down. We're just going to get the skirting done now. So we're just getting set up for that. We are finished. It looks quite good actually when it's down, all bar the few defects in it. Glued, screwed and plugged all our skirting on. We've put a nice bit of black threshold at the threshold bar so that it hides the expansion joint. And there you go. Looking quite good. Don't forget guys, like, share, follow, subscribe to that YouTube channel, and we will see you Monday. Got a few little jobs next week, then we break up for Christmas. So if I don't see you before, have a good Christmas. See you soon. Bye bye.